everyone, it's Tony from XLA.com. This is part 2 of the long-awaited Walkera V500D01. For the transmitter, I'll be using the Walkera 2801 Pro transmitter. I already have everything all set up for this helicopter. And for the battery, for this first part of the flight video, I'll be using the Blue LiPo 2200 2650 30C pack just to get more of a feel for it. And for this first part with the Blue LiPo, I'll just take things easy, just do a little bit of hovering, a little bit of inverted, and just do some circuits. And for the second battery, I'm using the Sky LiPo 6L 2650 40C pack and doing a little bit more of the heavy stuff. Nothing too much, just something a little bit harder to show you guys what this helicopter can do. So let me get this battery strapped in, plugged in, put the canopy, and get this helicopter up in the air for you guys. Alrighty guys, battery's finally plugged in, so let me get my timer started and spool on up the Walkera. Get a nice slow spool up. Half throttle. Slight bit of vibration on the tail. That's more of just the tail blades. I never bounce off the tail blades, so I'm gonna just fly it the way it is. Do a little bit of nose in. Good thing it's not too windy today. Just take it easy, get more of a feel for this helicopter. Just one thing I noticed with this one, it flies pretty stable, actually really stable with this Walkera receiver on there. Right now I'm still normal mode, just try to get a little bit of slow forward flight. Take things nice and easy. Tracks pretty well, or pretty good. Pretty much you point it and it goes. No pitch ups, no nothing yet. Alright, I know you guys are getting bored of me just hovering around. Let me put it up into idle up mode. Alright, there we go. Let me flip the switch. Idle up mode. So you guys do a little bit of pitch pump. Tail holds on pretty well. Get a nice flip right here. Very smooth. Not bad for a Walkera Flybarless unit. Let me do a climb out inverted. You guys can see tons of power on the stock motor. Just do some light stuff right here. Just gonna keep it a little high, don't want to get too low yet. Just want to get more of a feel for this new helicopter. And just a tip for some of you guys out there too, if you guys are just starting off how to fly, you know, just keep things nice and high on the first few flights until you get the feel of the helicopter. You know what, let's try to do some faster, tighter tic-tocs. See how it handles. Get a nice, comfortable distance. You guys can see the Flybarless system does a really good job. Very stable. A little bit of bobble, but I think that's just the battery. My head speed's a little low in idle 1 right now, or stunt mode 1. So the head speed is not rocket high, just keep it nice and low, just for a little bit of sports flying. All right, let's land this bad boy right here and get the second battery in. Take it off of idle up mode. All right, guys, you just saw the first part. That's just the tail blades, the sound of the tail blades hitting the grass. So let me get the second battery popped in and then crank up the performance just a tad bit and show you guys what this new helicopter from Walkera can actually do. All right, guys, we're back out from our little cooling break in the shade, and we're out with the Skylipo 6L 2650 40C pack. So let me get this battery popped in and show you guys a little bit more performance from this helicopter with this 40C pack. And one thing I noticed with the 40C pack, the head speed is a lot higher, and this is just normal mode. I'm going to put into stunt 2. Much more performance. The wind's picking up, so I don't want to fly over the pit area. You guys see the performance on here. And it's been a while since I've flown helicopters, guys. I've been flying a lot of planes lately over on nitroplanes.com. So right now with this performance, with this 40C pack, I'm kind of shaking right now. And if you guys can tell the voice right now, it's just the power with this 40C pack is just unbelievable. And just for a Walkera model, this helicopter is just plain awesome. All right, you know what? I'll just take it easy, guys. I don't want to do anything too aggressive because this helicopter is just too nice. You know what, just do a little bit of circuits. Just to calm down a tad bit. Awesome performance. Whew, my thumbs are shaking right now, guys. Right now it's a little windy, but this Flybarless unit does does the job. It keeps it nice and level. No pitching up, no bobbling. Tail, the curve consistency, actually the tail, not curve consistency, but the tail tends to rotate pretty smooth. None of that kind of lagging maneuver like some of the regular heading for gyros that I noticed. Pretty smooth. Not sure what kind of sensor or gyro sensor that Walkera is using. Maybe they're using the MMS, but I'm not really sure. Maybe Walkera can chime in later and tell us what kind of sensors they're using for their gyros, but you can see. Just doing flips, guys. I don't want to do anything too crazy now. I kind of want to attempt to do a hurricane, but it's been a while. I think I'll go back on a simulator just to get a feel for doing hurricanes. So, all right, timer's going off. Let's land this bad boy. My fingers are still shaking right now. Let me land it. Then throttle hold and unplug the batteries and end this review. You guys just saw this flight footage With the Skylight Pro 40C pack, the performance was just pretty much kind of insane for a Walkera model. Unplug the battery because I don't want these big blades, big carbon fiber blades spooling up on me and kind of cut myself. So unplug, turn off the transmitter. Check the motor is pretty hot, so that's the only thing that I probably don't like about this 500 helicopter. Is just the motor is pretty much toasty hot. The battery is nice and cool with the 40C pack. This forgot what it was. This is the 2702V receiver. Awesome receiver slash flybarless unit built in. It's rock solid, no bobbling, nothing. Pretty much Walkera pre-adjusted this receiver, and when you get your transmitter, you just have to go through the binding process and the setup process. There was no manual, so I had to use the forums online, and it's a little bit tricky to actually get the cyclic servos and all of the the full pitch, bottom pitch, and the cyclics all adjusted. It's a little bit tricky, so hopefully Walkera can give us a nice detailed manual, but it took me about, I would say, a day just to properly set up this flybarless unit. Not because it was hard, just because I had no manual to go by, so I had to do a lot of browsing the forums to find out how to set up this flybarless unit. But right now I'm talking really fast because I'm really excited. It's just awesome performance with this helicopter. Very powerful with this 40C pack, but the downside, the motor is very toasty. If I put an egg on here, it'll probably cook an egg, so that's probably how hot this motor gets. Not sure how long it's gonna last, so hopefully Walkera can improve this motor right here. And for some of you guys out there, you guys might wanna just swap out the motor for like an Align motor, even the Hacker motors, Scorpion motors. Those tend to work very good. Just those are powerful motors, so you probably get a little bit less flight time. But I set my timer for 4.5 minutes just to be safe, because I have no idea on how long I could fly on a 2650 battery pack. I would say I could probably go for like maybe 5-6 minutes, but I'm gonna land it just to be safe. And you guys just saw this flight footage of this new V500D01. So leave us a comment of what you guys think about this helicopter. So thanks for watching, guys.